Alright, hello, my name is silverkyle, and today I would like to talk about one of my favorite games of all time getting remade on one of my favorite consoles of all time, the Nintendo Switch. I have been waiting for this moment ever since the Switch was announced, because I thought that this would be the perfect console, because it is also a handheld, to have more games like this on it, and we're finally getting it. Marvelous, the people behind the Story of Seasons games, which is really the people that have made the Harvest Moon games ever since the beginning. It's only Natsume that was like kind of in the background producing it, but the developers of the games were Marvelous, and not too long ago Natsume and Marvelous split up. Natsume continued making Harvest Moon games, but their team doesn't really understand Harvest Moon at all, whereas Marvelous continued making Story of Seasons games, which is exactly the Harvest Moon games that we've always had. So anyway, Marvelous is remaking Harvest Moon Friends of Mineral Town, which you can also get on the Wii U. It is a Game Boy Advance game. They also have more Friends of Mineral Town for the female version of this game, but they're remaking this version for the Switch. And really, it's weird that they're saying that they're bringing this back, Harvest Moon Friends of Mineral Town, because this is an exact remake of Harvest Moon Back to Nature on PS1. That's the original, that's where all of this content comes from. It's like an exact duplicate of this game. And then really Back to Nature is kind of like a reimagining of Harvest Moon 64. All the characters are still in this, and it's very, very similar to Back to Nature. I mean, they switched up a few things here and there. Some of the characters are with different people and stuff like that, like they're with different families. But for the most part, it's essentially the same game. You still have the same 5 bachelorettes to choose from. So it's pretty much the exact same thing. But either way, we're getting more Harvest Moon for the Nintendo Switch, or a Harvest Moon. Like they had a Light of Hope come out for the Nintendo Switch, but that was done by Natsume, and like I said, they don't really know what they're doing. Whereas Marvelous, the Story of Seasons people, that's what they continued doing after a few years ago. They're the ones that are actually remaking this, and that's interesting because I would figure that Natsume is the one that would have the rights to this game and not Marvelous, because Marvelous made it, but Natsume is the one that produced it. So it's really interesting that they're the ones that have it. The gameplay to me looks like maybe the last few Harvest Moon games that we ended up getting on the Wii. So like Tree of Tranquility or Animal Parade. It kind of looks like that, although set with the Harvest Moon 64 / Back to Nature / Friends of Mineral Town versions. I still would say that I prefer the 64 or the Back to Nature PS1 style a little bit more. I'm very excited for this game still, but I still have to say that I like the original PS1 / 64. But it's going to be on the Nintendo Switch, so I'm going to absolutely love this. It's going to look glorious on that screen. I cannot wait. And I hope that they continue remaking more games like this. I would love for them to make a Harvest Moon 64 game, and honestly just make it HD. Honestly, just have the virtual console and have Harvest Moon 64 be playable on the Switch. That's what I really want. I want that for so many games. But still, I'm so excited for this. It is coming out, I think, October 17th in Japan, and we'll be getting it in the West. It will be called Story of Seasons, not Harvest Moon. It'll be called Story of Seasons, Friends of Mineral Town. So I'm so excited. I'll leave a link in the description box below for you to check out the actual article, and so you can actually see some of the screens. But I'm so excited for this, and I hope that we get it, not long after Japan does. I would love if we got it in at the end of October or November, but we might have to wait a little bit later. They don't have a release date yet, but they just have confirmed at least that it is coming to the West. So I'm super excited, and you've been bearded in. Thanks for watching.
Beardage.